A very good morning to everybody who's watching us live today. I'm Neha Vahi, welcoming each one of you on behalf of Career Launcher on this very crucial conversation on CUCET. Yes, I think for years, students and parents have been waiting for this day. Progressive educators have been largely talking about this day and hoping that very soon, we get such news and finally we have it here. So at Career Launcher, we decided why not speak to the experts to understand a little more about the CUCET, as we understand that the students and the parents, along with the educators, are full of questions around this. So today we have with us Mr. Amitendra Kumar, who is our product head for the CUCET, sharing a lot of information on questions that have been actually raised by students themselves. So, good morning, sir, and a very warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Neha, and definitely it's going to be an exciting session. So let me first welcome all the attendees out there, and especially from for the students who are from class 11th and class 12th, especially the class 12 students. So this matters a lot. So we'll also be taking up their questions. So any doubts if you have, you can use the chat box to share your questions, and we'll be glad to take up those questions and answer them.
Great, sir. Yes, students, this is your opportunity to clear your minds, your heads with all those questions that are popping every now and then around this topic. So, though we've attempted to ask, or rather, we'll be attempting to ask certain questions which have been on your mind, so that we can clear these queries end to end. So, the first question that I like to ask you, sir, on behalf of the students, are that throughout the last week, we've seen a lot of media reports on the CUCET. Could you please, in very layman terms, explain to the students what exactly is the CUCET?
CUCET is, I would say, not an entirely new concept, rather. But yeah, if you look around, there are 54 central universities in India, which includes University of Delhi, Banaras Hindu University, JNU is there, we have Jamia Millia Islamia. So there are 54 central university governed by the central government. But CUCT earlier was conducted only for 14 of the central universities, which were started somewhere around 2009 and later actually. Now, this is a common entrance exam which they have been doing to admit students or to select students for the programs offered by these 14 central universities. Now, the government intends to take this forward and carry this forward for the remaining universities as well. So now all the 54 central university will come within the ambit of CUCET, which will be a common entrance test, likely to be based on general ability or aptitude, I would say. And there is a possibility that they might be even testing students on the subject knowledge, depending on the course which the students wants to apply. So this is, I would say, a new norm coming up. So which was on the expected lines. There were already media reports regarding the committee being formed by the government of India, which is already working on this. So this was on the expected lines. But yeah, this is now going to be the gateway, or rather I would say this is now going to be the norm for admissions to the central university, including the bigger ones like DU, BHU and all.
Great. So very clearly, I think we've got the idea. Sir, can you please throw some more light on what are these universities, which ones, so that the students can start looking around these universities as well, apart from DU, of course.
So, of course, as I said, there are 54 central universities. Students, depending on the region where they live, actually, parents, I would say, they are definitely aware about these universities. But there are some universities, I would say, because of the geographical aspects and some other reasons, people might not be even aware about those universities or might be thinking
Exactly.
about this. So largely, if you look at the trend, the focus has always been some of the top universities, top
Yes.
in the sense of aspiration, I would say. So which we tend to hear more often actually. So apart from Delhi University, if you look around the list, we have Banaras Hindu University, we have Jamia Millia Islamia, we have JNU, then Aligarh Muslim University, University of Hyderabad. So there are quite a number of universities which
Yes.
some of us may not be quite aware actually, and some of them are really good because of the geographical aspects. People may not have focused on them actually. For example, if I talk about Tezpur University, it's one of the universities in the top NRF rankings as well. But because it's in the Northeast, I'm sure a lot of aspirants would not be even thinking about this. But CUCT will give them an opportunity to get into a university of their choice, definitely we'll have more knowledge about the universities now, and this will give us an opportunity to look forward to those 54 universities. And the most important aspect is that a student would not be required to apply separately to each of these universities. So through a single entrance window, the admissions process will be taken care of.
Which was excellent. I think so. We needed something like this in the country. Now we can probably expect a lot of movement that's going to happen over the coming years, and also students, it gives you an opportunity to explore the different cities, the different cultures and traditions that probably most of you love doing. At the same thought, I think if I was a student, the first thing I would have done was probably gone ahead and looked at which these 54 institutes or universities were, and already started making my plans. Great, sir. But this does this also mean that the traditional, methodology, the mark-based admission of the Delhi University that has been known, is probably going to be done with now?
Not completely in that sense, but yes, what we have heard from the media reports, what we have read from the media reports in the last week, and which is on the expected lines, most of the universities will retain in some form the merit-based admissions culture, basically. So it will completely depend on the respective university whether they want to completely focus on the CUCET scores, or they would get a mix of merit plus CUCET. So as we all know through the media reports that Delhi University is looking forward to having a mix of 50-50 basically. So 50% weightage might be assigned to the class 12th board percentage, which in case of Delhi University has always been best for. And definitely 50% weightage will go for the marks secured in this UCET examination. Now, what exactly will happen? I'm sure we'll be getting information in due course of time. So once the committee finalizes all the aspects, how the exam is going to be conducted, and when it is going to be conducted, I'm sure in due course of time, we'll have more information coming directly from the committee heads. And this will give us more clarity whether universities will have the freedom to adopt any methodology by giving some weightage to merit, some weightage to CUCET scores, or will it be completely based on CUCET? That's yet to be seen.
Right. So, but certainly looks like students are going to get a breather there in case they're considering both. I think that really increases the opportunities of those who might not perform very well in their board exams. So,
Definitely.
yes. Sir, also, would you please throw some light on the structure of the examination, on the subjects that will be considered, etc.? If you could please educate the children on that.
Okay, so as I said, detailed information is awaited as to what would be the structure of the examination. But whatever clues we have, and if you look at what earlier has been done, so CUCET, which has already been happening since 2010, if they are to follow the same structure, so depending on the course which a student would be applying for, it whether the, if for example, if a student is looking forward to a course in economics, then there might be a possibility that they have to undergo a general ability test only, which will be an online examination. For science courses or for some other courses, they traditionally have been also adding the subject knowledge test basically. So student had the opportunity to select between the papers. So 3 or 4 subjects based questions would be there, and a student would get an opportunity as to 3 of the papers which they can select. Now, what will happen in 2021 or in 2022 with the new CUCET coming in place? So that is yet to be known, but yeah, I believe it is largely going to be based on aptitude, considering the logistical scales actually, but it may not be a surprise if they also go ahead and test the subject knowledge. Because if you look at the entire registrations and the previous year's data for the universities where entrances have already been in place, I'm sure people would get surprised if they hear that BHU has been attracting close to 5 lakh applications every year, and they have been conducting entrances actually. Delhi University last year attracted 3.58 lakhs registrations actually. And they only do a handful of entrances actually, mostly it is merit-based admission.
Right.
So this gives an opportunity to a large number of students through a single entrance window. So definitely this is expected that this may be taken by a huge number of students, considering there are 54 universities involved. So based on that, I'm sure the logistics, if you look at that aspect, so they will not try to make it more complicated. So, and it has to be completed within a time frame, a restricted time frame. So more expected is that they would follow the aptitude test pattern.
Great, sir. But I also hear you when you say that they could be tested on subject knowledge, which I think is a very clear indicator to the students who are hearing us today that 12th will remain very, very crucial. Subject knowledge will remain very important. They will have to pay attention, whether it's merit or entrance. They will have to keep their, knowledge brushed, their subject knowledge very clean and very ready for any kind of entrance examination.
Definitely. So CUCT does not give you an opportunity to be relaxed as far as your board examination is concerned. There is a possibility that most of the universities will definitely keep some weightages for the board marks, but I'm sure with CUCT coming in place, a lot of that pressure will be taken away. That is something which is the best aspect about this single entrance examination.
Yes. I do have more questions on the pressure bit coming to you bit later, sir. But at the same time, students, those of you who were probably now sitting back in the chair and thinking, oh, boards is not something that's going to bother us, I think please pick up your books today once again and start looking at them. With this, I think, sir, we've seen some brilliant work happening in the NEP 2020, and we can see a lot of thought that has come about. Sir, I also see that this CUCT seems in line with the NEP, the way it has been envisaged. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, I completely agree to that aspect actually. So, for those who have read through the NEP 2020 recommendation, which is definitely a very progressive step and which which has envisaged a lot of reforms in the education sector. And in fact, adding to that fact, I would say Delhi University seems to be the first central university which is clearly moving ahead in that direction and is going to follow the directions of the NEP. And they have already formed an internal committee which is working on the various aspects of changing the program structure. And as you remember, when we were talking about the NEP 6 months back, and especially for the parents and the students attending the session today. So NEP definitely proposed that an entrance exam should be there in place, which will take away the tyranny of the board exams completely, actually.
Yes.
Definitely, there are complexities involved, but that is a welcome step. And based on those recommendations, the universities are going ahead and working on an entrance model. So all these central universities, I'm sure in due course of time, other state universities might also follow the suit. But as of now, it is definitely the central universities.
Right.
At the same time, there are a lot of changes proposed in terms of how the entire education system would evolve right from your school days to the college days, actually. So they
Exactly.
and giving more liberty to the students as to choosing the subjects, as to basically taking up a particular discipline, and the freedom in that sense that there are many people who actually leave the program for some personal reasons in due course of time. So now, with the recommendations of the NEP, universities will be in a position where they can readmit the student after a certain period or after a certain
Wonderful.
gap of time, actually. So I think that would be a really progressive step. So a lot of changes are going to be seen in the next couple of years once the university starts implementing the recommendations of the National Education Policy.
Actually, so I think the sun is shining on the higher education. Students have a lot to look, up to, and it's exciting. It must be exciting because for years it has been a structure where we've known how a college is going to, graduation is going to look. But yes, students can be experimentative, and I think now with this new generation who are risk takers, who love experimenting with their careers and their courses, I think it provides a lot of opportunity. Students, if you do find time, I would urge parents and students to do look at the NEP 2020, and especially at the higher ed work that has been proposed, because it will open up your minds and probably throw in a lot of new ideas that you're not even considering right now. With this, sir, please correct me if I'm wrong, but in the year 2013, some similar changes were introduced. Do they still apply? What happened, and how is it different now?
Okay, I'm sure you are talking in the context of the Delhi University. Yeah,
Yes.
Delhi University in the year 2013 did introduce some major changes to the curriculum as well as the structure of the programs.
Exactly.
And if you remember correctly, they made the graduation a 4-year program, actually. And for
Yes.
quite some time, It was retained actually for a couple of years. Then they moved back actually. So they took away all the reforms once again, I would say. But yeah, I would say in that sense, Delhi University was quite progressive in that sense, and they could see the future actually. And now this is actually going to happen. So if you look at the internal committee recommendations of the Delhi University, I would like to take a moment here to explain that. So they have already been working after the NEP recommendations came actually, and they have done some 14 meetings right now actually. So in the last couple of months, they have already done some 14 meetings. And the internal committee has already proposed certain changes in the structure of the program. Very much similar to, not exactly, but yeah, very much similar to what happened in 2013, where the nomenclature of the programs were also changed. And for the first time, we heard BTech in humanities, actually, if you remember.
Exactly, sir. Yes.
So on the proposed lines, they are already making some changes. Now, when does it get implemented? Whether it is 2021, whether it is 2022, that clarity is yet to come. But I think they have already been working on those lines, and they are almost ready to implement the new structure for the undergraduate programs in particular. And these structural changes will entail a lot of multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary approach in terms of learning, where students would also get an opportunity to have additional courses in their programs. And these courses have already been finalized, kind of. So I would say, for example, language and literature, innovation and entrepreneurship. I think these are the requirement of the current times. If you talk about innovation, if you talk about entrepreneurship, so these are the requirement of the times, emotional learning, basically. So I think this is a welcome step. They are already moving ahead with that. At the same time, one of the most important aspects is credit transfers among the institutions. So currently it is very, very limited actually. So you can't move out from one university to the other. For example, if you talk about the COVID times, many students went back to their native places actually.
Right,
and they would not continue the education in the format they expected it to be. How great it would have been if they would have been allowed to be part of a university near to their place actually. So now credit transfer is something which they are working upon, so which would be among the national as well as international institution. How it unfolds is yet to be seen. At the same time, you now will have a proper exit option in place. So for any particular reason, if you exit the program, depending on which year you are exiting the program, there are various personal reasons which students come across, and we have seen a lot of students exiting the program in due course of time. So now, at least considering the job aspect, students would be provided with diplomas, certificates, and degree accordingly. For example, a student who leaves a program for some reason after year one itself, provided all the credits have been completed, he or she would be provided a diploma, a certificate basically. If you do so in the end of the second year, you will be given a certificate, and you have now a provision to go for a 4-year degree program as well. So where you'll have an opportunity to do research in a particular discipline. I think this is one of the most welcome steps, and this will give the students a very good opportunity to go for in-depth learning about the discipline they have selected for themselves. And also from the international education perspective, if a student wants to go abroad, generally we have seen that the criteria they follow is 10+2+4 education system. So this entire changes, I think, is definitely going to help the students manyfold actually.
So a global view right here, sir. And if I reiterate, I think there are two ends to your answer. One, that the DU was probably the first one to be foresighted. Already, whatever happened in 2013 was more like a precursor to what was going to happen now. And at the same time, we will have to wait and watch to see when this is implemented and how and what is the result. But yes, we can clearly see the intention behind the NEP, which is globalization, which is enabling the children to move not just to different cities, but to different countries, to provide them various opportunities, right from certifications to diplomas to research, which probably is the next big thing that we're all looking at after just a very typical engineering or a medicine. I think research is something that's really coming up, and the opportunity, the country is providing the opportunity, which is excellent. But sir, I have to ask you this question in interest of the fact that I'm a counselor as well. And I know that this is going to come to me from parents and students, that they were already so burdened, and so much under pressure with the board exams. Won't the CUCET add additional pressure to these students, and how are they even going to manage?
Okay, so if I have to give a traditional answer, I'll say it's all about time management. But yeah, before that, I would like to say a few things about the entrance examination. Now, many people perceive entrance examinations to be quite difficult, and and they also believe that these entrance exams are quite complicated in that sense, actually. But that's not the case. Let us look at the merit of an entrance examination before I come to that answer. So if you look at the flaw in the merit-based system, there could be multiple flaws, but just look at from the perspective of a student who did not had a favorable day when he was appearing for a particular subject during the board examination. Or for that matter, his paper was evaluated by a very strict examiner actually, or in that sense, compared to another student actually. A mere drop of 2-3% because of such reasons would actually keep him away from a college of his choice actually. So that may be a possibility, because we have seen the cutoffs have almost gone up to 100% in
Absolutely.
some of the top universities and colleges in the country actually. Now, entrances here comes to your rescue actually, because entrances give you a level playing field actually to each of the student. Now, it will completely depend who all will be allowed to write the CUCET, whether they would come with an eligibility criteria separately by each of the universities, or will there be a common eligibility criteria. So every aspect is yet to be unfolded. But yeah, entrances gives uniformity to the entire selection process. And at the same time, this also gives examiners the idea, the prospective college, the college which a student is applying to, they also, these colleges, these institutions also get an idea about the interest of the student as well as caliber of the student actually. So
Sure.
entrances take away a lot of that pressure in that sense actually, and it definitely provides a level playing field. Now, coming back to the question, whether this will be a double whammy for the students because they are already so much in pressure as far as the board exams are concerned.
Exactly.
So, from a 2021 perspective, I would say a little bit of pressure would definitely be there, but I think that much amount of pressure our students are capable to handle off. And anyways, most of the students definitely prepare for one's or the other entrance actually. So it's just a minor addition, I would say. And with proper balancing, I'm sure they would be able to do justice to their preparation as well. General ability tests are not as difficult as they are perceived to be, but yes, you need to have a proper time plan. You need to have a proper practice structure in place, and I think everything will be taken care of. Especially if we talk about the students who would be appearing for the board examinations 2022, you have a lot
Yeah.
of time out there now that the information is already out and we know. And the good part is for the students from the academic year 2022, the CUCET will actually be conducted twice. So giving them an opportunity to improve upon their score as well. So that
Wonderful.
definitely takes away your burden actually. So on a larger scale, because you can definitely improve upon your score and present the best score of CUCET for admissions to the universities. So it's all about time management with little bit of extra hours added. Actually, I'm sure they would be able to do well in the examination as well.
Thank you, sir. I think very well answered. And because as it is, I see on the in the chat box repeated questions that is 2021 the year for CUCET to start? The ones who are writing their boards in 2021 are very, very anxious because they're asking you, sir, the most important question is, are we writing CUCET this very year? So I think, would you like to say something to them, sir? Because I can see a lot of anxiety here in the chat box.
Yes, definitely. Students will be writing CUCET this year, but for the academic year 21-22, this would be conducted only once. And as I mentioned, from next year onwards, it would be conducted twice. So for the students who are going to take admissions in college in the academic year 2021, they would be definitely appearing if you are targeting any of the central universities, including DU, BHU, Jamia Millia, Aligarh Muslim University. So all the top universities which are there in the list. So you will have an entrance. Now, when the entrance will happen, that is yet to be known, but I'm sure that would be definitely conducted after the board examination, and the authorities will definitely take into considerations the various other entrances in place at that period of time. So I expect the entrance happening somewhere around June end or July first week or so actually. So, but yeah, CUCET is definitely coming up and it's in place.
So that does give them some time to prepare or brush up whatever they were prepared for till now, and also the aptitude bit of the test. Also,
Definitely.
sir, another common question that I see here is what happens to the DU JAT? They want to know, is it going to still happen or not?
Now, I could sense that question coming up actually, and not just DUJAT, for example. So there are other courses for which Delhi University conducts entrance examination. There is an LLB program, the 3-year LLB program. Then there are mass communication programs out there, the 4-year mathematical sciences program. So there are at least 9 of the courses for Delhi University is already conducting an entrance examination. Now, whether these entrances will remain there, including DUJAT, or it will be removed and only the CUCT scores will be accepted, that is yet to be seen. My belief is the university will not try to make it more complicated, because the whole idea behind the CUCT was to make it pressure free for the students, so they should not be writing different and multiple examinations actually. So my belief is probably all the other entrances will be done away with, and probably only CUCT is the way forward. Even if you look at DUJAT in the current format, 65% weightage was assigned to your DUJAT performance, and 35% already was given to your class 12th marks in aggregate, basically. So I think CUCT is coming up on a very similar format actually. If we look at the media reports for Delhi University, so they are already considering 50-50 weightage actually. So there is a very high chance that these entrances might be done away with, and students would be required to give only one examination, which would be CUCT.
So, though, sir, we still are waiting for exact information. There is what
Yes.
you're saying, but because I see now they're asking about BLLB and they're asking about DOJAT, etc., and the other entrances. So, this is a very viable question. Students may understand your concern, because you must be preparing or looking ahead to this test, and suddenly there is another one. But I'm sure they will also consider the same and work out something which is fair. At least we hope so, and fingers crossed there. Also, sir,
Neha, I would like to add a thing here. So, whether we talk about DUJAT, whether we talk about the BLLB entrance, BLLB entrance for Delhi University, or for that matter, any entrance which was there, the mass communication based entrances actually. So they were not very different from what CUCT is going to be actually, because if
yes.
you look at DUJAT, that was general ability test only, and which is what we expect the CUCT to be. CUCT is expected to test your numerical, language, and reasoning abilities actually in particular, and that is what DUJAT was all about. That is what the mass communication entrance was all about. That is what LLB entrance was all about. So
Yes.
they were already testing you on the skills which CUCT proposes to do that. So I think even if they do away with these entrances, now that's a Delhi University call for that matter. But let's say even if they do away with these entrances and only admit students basis the CUCT score, I think nothing much changes when it comes to your entrance test preparation.
Very good. So I think this should give some solace to our listeners today. You can probably breathe and feel a little better about this, because this is absolutely something that's very sensible. How different can it be? So if you have been preparing, you're almost in line already, is what probably sir is trying to tell you. Also, sir, another clarification that they're asking is it's going to be applicable for science, humanities, commerce, everybody, right?
Yes, so CUCT would now cover all the courses. So as I mentioned earlier, so till now there were almost 9 programs under Delhi University for which they were conducting separate entrance examination known as DUET, Delhi University Entrance Test, which was done by NTA. Now, with CUCT coming in place, the entire objective was to admit students for all the programs based on the common entrance examination. So whether you are looking forward to a commerce program, which by the way, Delhi University proposes to call it BCom Studies, Bachelor of Commerce Studies now actually. So which will again become a 3-year, 4-year degree program. So whether you apply for a particular discipline within science like physics, chemistry, or mathematics honors, whether you are looking forward to a history honors program or a political science honors program. So for each of the programs offered by Delhi University, or for that matter, any of the central universities in India, the admissions would be based completely on, they would be based on the CUCT examination. So it would not be that they would be selective for a particular program only. So for all the undergraduate and the postgraduate courses, CUCT is the way forward.
Right. So I think that also answers a lot of questions that are coming in for particular courses. So will it be applicable for BCom honors also? Will it be applicable for English? Yes, as you've heard him, for all of them. Also, you're asking us questions like, so will Stephens, Hindu, LSR, everybody be included? Yes, is the answer for that question as well. And so there are also questions on OBC reservations and CUCT, etc. Do we have information on that yet?
See, as far as reservation policy is concerned, that has nothing to do with entrance examination as such, because central universities will anyways follow the recommendations. Central universities will anyway follow the reservation policy which is already there in place. So irrespective which location you are there in, BHU, Delhi University, all of them would follow the same reservation policy, because that's from the central government itself, and these are central universities. So CUCET as an examination will have no impact as far as the intakes are concerned, will have no impact as far as the reservation policies are concerned. It's only a process, it's only a gateway to take admissions. The rest, everything remains unchanged.
Great. So a student has asked that what is even the point of boards? I think you missed the initial part of the conversation where we've clearly mentioned boards still remain very important. Merit will always be in consideration. In what percentage, how is probably awaited, more clarity on that is awaited. But you can never say what is the point of board examinations, because they will remain very, very important. So I do see a lot of questions coming in. If you want to pick something, I have tried and picked up the ones that are common. And students, don't worry, you can keep writing into us. I understand there's a lot of anxiety. You can stay in touch with us. And also for the educators, who are listening to us, we'll be very happy to give any kind of assistance. So, on this slide, I must ask you one last question before I give the final message away, which is, any message for the schools? Is there something that you like to tell them? Is there a way in which schools should also now start preparing for the CUCET in some which way?
Yes, definitely. So I firmly believe that our education institutions are already aware, and in fact, they are broadly considered when any such policy changes are done. Actually, to a large, not every school would be part of the discussions, but yeah, sure. So when government comes up with such policy changes, the institutions which are going to be affected, they are definitely considered. It's not just about the higher education space; it's also about the school curriculum, basically, where a lot of changes have already been proposed, and in due course of time schools would also be adopting that. But yeah, so when it comes to, I'm sure as we have been focusing upon the fact that boards still remain there actually, so your percentage of marks will definitely matter. So as an institution, if we talk about from a school perspective, I think the support for the aptitude would definitely be required. And I'm sure a lot of schools would have already been working on that actually. And in case any support would be required, we are always there actually. So as an institution, so they can always connect with us, with you, with me actually, and we can definitely provide the necessary help if required actually.
Sure,
So,
sir.
but yeah, largely I believe that the institutions are already aware about these changes which were coming in place, and definitely these steps would already be in place actually as such.
So one last question, because this is being repeated time and again. When exactly can students expect more clarity on the exact syllabus, negative marking schemes, etc.? When do they keep an eye out for that?
I expect maximum within a fortnight actually. So with because the committee was expected to submit its recommendation within a month's time, and it was formed in the month of December end actually, and January first week. But yeah, because we understand with so much of complexities involved, so much of logistics involved, and 54 universities, more than 1.6 lakh intake in the undergraduate programs itself, if you look around, and with such a huge number involved, I'm sure the deliberations would be taking some time. But yeah, now it is expected that within a couple of days, or maybe within a fortnight, we'll have more clarity about how the exam will happen, and all the basic details concerning the exam in terms of negative marking, in terms of the structure of the program, or the structure of the test or pattern. I think next fortnight is very, very crucial, where we'll have all the information. So students will definitely have time to go through all this, and definitely they will be getting opportunities for preparation as well. So that aspect, I'm sure the committee will take into consideration.
So CUCT is being considered for PhDs as well?
Definitely it will be considered for all the programs actually, for the central universities, because if you look at the current CUCT structure, that is for all the programs including the PhD, which is research intensive program basically. So I'm sure they would go ahead with a similar platform, with a similar structure actually. So this would be definitely for masters as well as PhD program, along with the undergraduate programs. So more clarity would definitely be there, whether they implement for the other courses in the very first year itself, or maybe from next next year. But CUCT, as I've been saying for the last 30 minutes, is the way forward actually. And for every program which are there available out there in these central universities, CUCT is going to be there.
Thank you so much, sir. And to all those who've been sending us very sad emoticons saying we have very little time left and why CUCT, especially in 2021, I think I will reiterate once again what sir said. Each one of you is preparing for some entrance already. So it's just an additional entrance, almost on the same pattern, almost on exactly what you are preparing. And you'll be very fresh when you prepare for your boards, or rather write your boards. Everything should be very fresh in your minds right now. So please do not be so anxious, because you will end up spoiling both examinations. And I say this, with a counselor's point of view. So take a deep breath. Please sit down and make your, tables. Give them time to announce exactly what they're planning to do, and keep faith in the system, because as we can understand as academicians or educators or people in the education industry with so many years of experience, that they mean good to you. In the end of the day, they're trying to increase the number of possibilities that can be served to you. So I'm very sure that they will think of ways to ease out the pressure that you feel. At the same time, keep focusing on your boards, because that is something that you really have to ace. Because as I said, as sir has said time and again, merit will remain important. As and when we find out more on CUCT, we would love to come back to you with more information through such programs, or also on mail. Mentioned is both the mail IDs. You can reach us at any time. In case schools want us to do some kind of capacity building for their students or parents relating to CUCT, well, I must inform you that we are already ready with a 2-day program, which involves probably a mock test on the analysis that we feel that on the exam pattern, on how it could look, and also a parent and a student session to speak to your students and parents about what to expect. So in case any school needs us to do a session like this, we're just a mail away. We'll be very happy. And students, you can please write to us. Though we've really tried to cover end to end whatever is already known to us. Yet, if you've joined in late, this is going to be available on the channel. You could go back and look at the whole thing once again. And let me assure you that you are attending this, you're listening to us, already shows that you're serious about what you're doing. So I'm very sure that you will end up doing very well. So baby steps, and keep yourself supercharged, and look ahead to the changes that are coming. Look forward to them, because I'm very sure everybody has the same intention that you do well. With this, thank you so much, Amitendra sir. I think it has been a lot of value addition. I have learned a lot, and I'm sure so must the students, parents, and educators who've joined us on Sunday morning. So we're going to sign off now, sir. Is there any closing remark that you'd like to give before I say a goodbye?
Okay, thank you so much, Neha, for giving us this opportunity. So before we close, I would like, because a lot of students have logged in today actually, and I can see from the chat box. So see, you need to understand, this is to all the students out there listening to us. See, you can't succeed when you run away from the challenges. You have to take on the challenges actually. And believe me, as I spoke a few moments back, the entrances, because you have not given the entrances yet, most of you, you believe that it is quite complicated, quite difficult, but you believe me, entrances are going to be much easier, and they will take away a lot of pressures. There's a reason behind conducting these entrances actually. So it gives you a platform where you can compete with every other student in the country. Actually, you get an equal or a level playing platform. So this is a welcome step. It's good if you take that in your positive stride actually, and I'm sure success will be yours actually. So with that, thank you so much, and best wishes to all the students.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Good luck and God bless. And we will be back soon with more information. Thank you, sir.